Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're back on the Diddy train. Oh, and that sounds weird because it's kind of something he probably did too. Oops. Anyways, look, we're going to talk about the white parties today. I'm going to be reacting to it. I want to see what was it about? Who was there? Because they got pictures and everything. And it's on Law and Crimes. They got all their stuff together. It's so much Diddy, okay? Did he? It's just so many memes I've been seeing. It's so much. Okay, but we have to talk about it. Also, let me tell y'all something. Something I saw last night that I was laughing really hard about. Is it true, or do y'all think it's true, that Marlon Wayans was a Diddy boy? Okay, he said he was not. I think 50 Cent called him out saying he's like lying, but I'm like, okay, how you know? But then people also don't believe him. He said that, I believe he made a video talking about that, and he went on Shannon Sharp and said that he used to leave early because he went to a lot of Diddy party, and there's no party like a Diddy party. I'm so tired of hearing that saying. I'm so tired of hearing it. Why are all these men saying this? It's like, I'm starting to think there is a party like a Diddy party. Because it's like, why is that? That's the only thing everybody say. What is this? What is the parties? There ain't no way you're constantly saying this about a party. I just don't believe it. Like, have y'all not been to better parties? Because it looked like all they do is drink and dance like a normal party. Like, what else is it? Ain't no party like a Diddy party. What, drugs, alcohol, what else is it? In that case, there is no other. Well, actually, there's a lot of parties like that. Frat parties, raves. I don't know. It's like, I don't understand why they all say that. It's like a sing. It's something like if you go to the party, you have to make sure you do a video with him saying, "Oh, ain't no party like a Diddy party." I'm just so tired of hearing that. And that's what he said. Like I think in his old videos talking about the party, he used to say it. It's just weird. LeBron said it. Look, French Montana. They all say it. It's like, what does this mean? Now I'm trying to unravel that. So let's get into it.
Parties in the Hamptons to the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. It's safe to say P. Diddy has seen a sizable fall from grace. And Diddy's white parties, once the epitome of cool, with high-profile celebs gathering in the lap of luxury, are now being seen in a much different light. So what exactly were these white parties? Did some of Diddy's alleged illegal activities happen there amongst Hollywood's A-list crowd? We're talking to entertainment
like
attorney Mitra
right
Ohorian to get a look inside the famed parties. I'm Sierra Gillespie, and this is Law and Crime News. He's known as P. Diddy, Diddy, Puff, Puffy, Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call him. He's 54-year-old Sean Combs, a one-time beloved rapper and entrepreneur. But nearly 1 year
I don't think we can say he was ever beloved. Who said that? No.
That image began to tarnish when a slew of civil lawsuits divulged some shocking allegations against Diddy. Things got even more serious back in March when federal agents executed search warrants at 2 of Diddy's homes. And that's when we got the idea that something big was coming in the way of criminal charges. 6 months later, on September 16th, P. Diddy was officially indicted on multiple federal charges: racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. He pleaded not guilty
and I know there's so much more
twice
now.
Denied bail. So right now, he's being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. The startling allegations against Diddy range from the 1990s until now, accusing him of things like rape or coercion or even controlling a criminal enterprise. We first started talking about these allegations last fall when Cassandra Ventura, also known as the singer Cassie, filed civil suit against Diddy. The pair dated for years, during which time Cassie alleges Diddy drugged her, beat her, forced her to have sex with prostitutes, and even recorded it. Similar accusations have been brought forth in multiple other lawsuits, including one from Diddy's former producer, Rodney Jones, or Lil Rod. When he filed suit in February, Lil Rod specifically referenced hundreds of hours of audio and video recordings he says shows Diddy and others engaging in some serious illegal activity.
Well, they're so gay, it ain't even funny. And real quick, if y'all ignore it, because I know I'm bringing light to this, but like, I have allergies. That's what's on my lip. It's allergy stuff. It's coming. Oh my god, it's just a mess right now. Oh my goodness. I literally think it's like a coaster. Anyways, look, they're so gay. It's it's like bad to say that, but like, and there's nothing wrong with being gay. Okay, it's just that these people, these celebrities, him, Diddy, the Cuba I did that video. You can go check that out about him coming on to the producer. That was that introduced him to like Diddy. It's crazy. They're so gay. Okay. And all the stuff that he's been accused of, he's so gay. Drugging people. You doing this to dudes. Yeah. Nobody ever thought he was gay. That didn't ever come out. Well, I guess if all of course it's not gonna come out. Oh, look at all the stuff he got on these celebrities. Nobody ever gonna call him gay. Like I did, he's gay. That's what he is. The baby oil. He's so gay.
That's likely what led to the federal raids in March, and now those recordings are referenced in the federal indictment against him. Prosecutors allege Diddy recorded victims, sometimes without their knowledge, while forcing them to participate in something he called freak-offs. These freak-offs were elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often electronically recorded. According to the indictment, Diddy's associates would arrange these freak-offs, booking the hotel rooms where they took place, supplying the room with required freak-off materials like extra sheets and baby oil or lube. These associates also arranged travel for both the victims and sex workers and provided IVs that were given to both Combs and the victims after these freak-off sessions to help them recover from the physical exertion and drug use. Okay.
How long does that take to need an IV? That is scary. Like, that's super, like, really scary. Like, how long does this last? That's the question I'm curious about. That's so sad. For not only are you, like, attacking and raping a woman or men, men, because there was men prostitutions, then you got him making people hook up together. But then you have, them, who get hired? How do you apply for this job? Like, you gotta feel bad about yourself. And if you don't, they're disgusting. And they need to be arrested too, the people who were setting that up. Remember I told you on the other video, I said they need to be getting the security guards and people who were watching out. It's so many people that need to be arrested. Not just celebrities. It's a lot of, his whole team needed to be arrested. Everybody who was like hiding stuff, I don't care if they want to say they're threatened. Y'all need to get out of here. They all need to be arrested. Who was setting the plane, like the trips? Who was like setting up to bring the stuff into the hotel? Arrest them. That's disgusting.
He maintains his innocence and has pleaded not guilty to the charges. Now he's being held in jail as he awaits trial. But as these allegations come to light, there's been a renewed interest in Diddy's infamous white parties. The first white party was thrown on September 7, 1998 at Diddy's mansion in the Hamptons. The party became a staple for the Labor Day weekend when groups of A-list celebrities would flock to Diddy's home for the lavish parties. Some notable attendees of the parties included Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lopez, Howard Stern, Beyonce and Jay-Z, Mariah Carey, Aretha Franklin, and Kim Kardashian. About the parties, Diddy told Oprah,
it's also a really weird group of people. Is it just me?
I wanted to strip away everyone's image and put us all in the same color, on the same level. So all the high-profile guests were required to wear all white as party attire. Kids were invited to the parties too, but only for a while. Their parents were allegedly given a 1-hour warning for when the kids would be required to leave and the real party would begin. There's allegations that at this adult portion of the party, there were illegal drugs like cocaine and ecstasy, sex workers, and other illegal activity. The parties were mainly hosted at Diddy's 4,500 square foot mansion in the Hamptons. To give you an idea of the home, he sold it in 2020 for $4.7 million. Later, Diddy moved the party to Beverly Hills and even co-hosted it with Ashton Kutcher. The last white party was held in 2009. But now, more than a decade later, there are questions about the illegal activity there and whether these high-profile guests knew anything about it. And for that, we turn to entertainment attorney Mitra Horian.
Also, so I'm guessing nobody's driving home. Everybody got to, because if there's drugs and alcohol involved, can't nobody drive. Also, you got kids, so somebody picking up your kids. There's so many questions that's in my head about the parties. And of course, Kim Kardashian would be there. Look at around that era, Paris Hilton was like, that's all they wanted to be, was like stay famous. And look how she got famous. I'm not surprised at all.
Back at all the allegations against Diddy, and he was in the public eye for many, many years. One of the main things that people knew him from, obviously rapping, but also he threw these elaborate parties, the white parties. Can you explain to me a bit about what they were?
Yeah, the white parties were famous. I was not a lawyer at the time, and
Was
so
she
I
there?
didn't work in entertainment. I guess is the point. I wasn't an entertainment lawyer, but we knew about them growing up, and so they were sort of famous. They were kind of like how everyone knows about the Playboy parties. Diddy's white parties were very famous. So there, I think that there's a
Ew.
certain
They look
group of
weird.
people that would go just because he was a celebrity and they were excited to get an invitation. And it was kind of this, cool crowd to be in. And the parties were famous. So, of course, people wanted.
Or in touch and seeing photos of these celebrities at his parties. Some were as high profile as Leonardo DiCaprio or Sarah Jessica Parker, Paris Hilton, a lot of these huge names. So now, 20 years later, 10 years later,
There's always a nervousness around, okay, how are facts going to come out and how are they going to be potentially manipulated? And I also think we're kind of in a place as the public where we want to tear things apart. We want to look, call out misbehavior. But I also think, in fairness, just because you were at a party doesn't mean you necessarily condone what was going on there. A lot of people can find themselves at parties, and I think a lot of celebrities have, found themselves.
But it also, let's talk about this real quick, y'all, because I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it. You also have to think about these celebrities that was there during, like, the nasty parts. Even if they didn't condone it, they were there. It's like you still saw it, and people would be like, how do you let this happen? Who knows what was going on? I'm talking about you probably got dudes with guns in here, not letting nobody leave. I don't know. I'm on the verge of like, yeah, y'all should all be charged. You was there. You basically condoned it. I don't care. It's like, I don't know. Then you sign like contracts to not not say anything. I don't know. It's not a good party if you got to sign a contract. I need them to go and call out Jay-Z because I hear so much stuff about him and Diddy. I can't wait to get to that one whenever they do a video on it. But yeah, it's like these celebrities are disgusting people to me. I just don't like them. I don't like a lot of them. And it's all about fame. That's all it's about in the industry. And, you know, Diddy had the hookup, for this one man who, he was the manager, right? I believe the manager of like a couple artists and a lot of artists, and he became so big. But how did they let this happen? One dude, y'all are scared of one man. Oh my goodness! And like I said, they should get everybody that was with him like arrested. His whole team should be arrested for setting this stuff up. It's disgusting. I'm ready. They need to get back to the white parties, but I guess they're talking about people who were there. Also, let me hear me say this. When I say it was a really weird mix, why is Aretha Franklin, the dude from American Idol, isn't it him, the Howie? Why was he there? It's just I guess you say Hollywood. It's just a really weird mix of people. Just, and like I said, I'm not surprised Kim Kardashian was there. This back then, the girl was really doing whatever she can to get in the entertainment.
Acting with people that they may have later discovered were problematic, or even just, even
And
developing
we're not surprised
friendships.
about
People are
Leonardo.
able to
Let's be
sort of
real.
hide certain
Or J
aspects of their
Lo.
friendships if they're not really deep friendships. So it'll be interesting to see who is actually linked into some of this, the goings on that are really the subject of the indictment and the criminal charges. And then the people that are sort of ancillary to it that happen to be there. That's a lot of people to be accusing of participating in this sort of behavior.
I think from the outside, someone who isn't really in the celebrity world, a lot of people just assume that illegal activity sometimes goes hand in hand. Maybe illegal drugs or things like that are more accessible to these celebrities because of their
Yeah.
connections and their money. And a lot of people are saying that there was illegal activity at these parties. But again, they were 10 years ago, maybe more. Could any of that affect his charges
Probably
now?
worse
I mean, I
now.
think it depends on what kind of illegal activity we're talking about, right? So, first of all, in that era, for example, in California, marijuana was illegal. It is now no longer illegal. So, I think people wouldn't necessarily bat an
People are
eye
so
if you said there
thirsty.
was a
It
lot of
is
marijuana
crazy.
there, right? But there is, I think unquestionably in parties in Hollywood, at least, and the white parties were in the Hamptons as well. Those, those sort of, parties are kind of, you're going to expect to see certain things that you wouldn't necessarily expect to see going to dinner at your friend's house. It is a party environment. And I think the drugs are going to be there, the alcohol is going to be there. That could lead to other things. But the level of accusations here, what we're hearing in really graphic detail, rises to a level that nobody would accept or expect, I think, um, on such a large scale. So I think that it's you might expect to see some drugs or or some sexual activity, but I don't think you're expecting to witness things like
His
rape
dad
if the
suit.
allegations are true. Weapons.
Look, the whole point is basically, he thought he can get away with it. People with money always think they can get away with it. And no matter 20 years down the line, 10, 20, 30, it always comes out no matter what happens. If he was still alive, the Playboy stuff would be, in the mix too, because I heard about them parties too, which they were beyond disgusting. But this man, ever since I heard that he was like responsible for like Biggie's death and a little bit of Tupac's, I believe, I'm like, yeah, this stuff goes far back, like beyond the 90s. It's well when it started. It's like, and I also think it's easier for celebrities to get their hands on drugs. It's like they can import them, ship them by jet. It's so much easier to get like drugs and stuff in and out and money, which should not be a thing. It's not fair. It's like also that should not be a thing. Just they need to be more careful with that. But yeah, it's like what happened to normal parties? like yeah, drinking, dancing, mingling. Why do you have to have like you got orgies and freaking drugs. Like, why is that in there? And now he should be responsible for every last one of those. It's like you were the host of this, and once again, they need to get the people who brought that to the house for him. It's like the list of people is like beyond me. I got a feeling they're gonna have to push the date back because of how much it is. It's a lot of people involved in this. Ugh, these white parties. Is that where he had the white band at? Is it that one or probably no? Probably not those. They talking about nothing. This is why I like Jesse Weber doing it.
That's like 20,000 square feet. I'm not sure the square footage, but I'm going to guess it's at least 20,000 square feet. And a lot of the parties are happening, also outside. The weather's nice. So when you have a home that big, you can't possibly. Not everyone's going to all parts of the home. Not everyone's going to be seeing everything. There's a
True.
lot of people that are just happy to be there. And you mentioned 1,000
Did she go?
people
Cause
cannot
what?
possibly have witnessed some of the activity that we're talking about.
I think when the indictment came down, a lot of people were kind of drawn to the description of these so called freak offs because the allegations are just so shocking. The fact that they even had this name, they're freak offs, then we hear more about the IVs that people were required to use afterward
That's a
because of the
shocking part.
exertion. Just so many things going on here with these alleged freak offs. And now I'm wondering, is it possible that some of these happened at any of the white parties?
I think it's certainly possible. I think they could have happened anywhere. And if they were happening often enough, then it's certainly possible that they were happening in an environment where people were partying. And, the sex is sometimes part of a partying, and things get, if you are in an environment with people who have a tendency to doing those kinds of things, then certainly, and maybe that's something, after hours, not when, everyone's there. It could be something that's happening when the party sort of winds down and starts up in another way. But like you said, this level of behavior, this shocking level of behavior, and kind of the weirdness of it all with IVs and the things that are coming out is not something of someone that is mentally well. So I think that's what's shocking about it is like we might forgive or dismiss a certain level of wildness with our celebrities, But this is mental illness if it happened.
Talking about celebrities, I know a lot of people are thinking about the high profile A-list people who were at the parties, and we all are wondering, were they partaking in any of this? Did they
I know he
know about
was.
it? Anything like that? So, do you think that investigators, federal investigators going through with this indictment, now prosecutors are charging him, do you think that they would reach out to any of these celebrities that were at the parties? Perhaps Leonardo DiCaprio, Matthew Broderick, whoever it was,
They
to
not
hear more
talking.
about what happened there?
And yeah, I just wanted to hear a little bit about that, or how that was going to play out, especially in court, because all the evidence they have to go through. Should they be scared? Yeah, but it's like y'all did it. It's like y'all agreed to it. So that, I don't feel bad for none of them people. I was actually over here looking at pictures of like the white party. They ain't going to show the bad stuff. How nobody thought to wear a camera in there? Nobody thought to go undercover. And like, I would have so went undercover and then outed them. In some of the pictures of the normal white parties, you see Russell. Is it Russell Wilson? Nope, nope. Is that Russell Simmons? One of those, not the football player. The ones from Ron House, his dad. I know he stayed. He looked freak anyway. Got LL Cool J in here. I don't know. I like LL Cool J, y'all. I don't know. That don't mean I know. What's the Reverend? What's his name? Reverend Al Sharpton. Is that his name? I think that's him. Mm-mm. I don't think he stayed, y'all. He probably too, who knows? They be playing in your face. And he looked like he about to, I'm going to put the picture up. He looked like he about to get baptized in that outfit too. So I don't know. And some of these, it's just so many people. Just to think, like, out of all these people, probably half stayed later on. That's so nasty. What? And then you see another one with, I forgot that woman's name, but we all know her. But I know the one in the red hair stayed. I don't know why. I just got a feeling. But y'all, it's just, oh my God, it's so much stuff on him and these white parties. And I think the most shocking thing to me are the IVs. Why? Why is it like, what is going on in these hotel rooms that you have to have an IV? That's, first of all, that's really scary. And that's why I need to talk about this stuff on my channel. Because like I said before on the other video, I said I didn't want to talk about the Diddy cases at first because it was so much. That what I wanted to do is that I'm happy I didn't do my own research, because I'm like, it's ongoing. It's so much. I don't know how to tell it like the news people. So I'm like, Law and Crime got it. And they got over 300 videos adding on every day because this is so big. So that helps me out. But it's so much. You got so many people that need to be arrested. Like, everybody who set the hotels up, who brought the drugs, who brought the girls, people who brought the sheets and IVs. Like, why is nobody questioning that? Nobody's talking about that part of like the people who brought everything for this stuff to happen. That's who they need to be getting to. Like I said, there's a long list of people plus celebrities that needs to be arrested. This is like the big, not the, is it the biggest? I don't know. Playboy Mansion might have them beat with like the sexual assault stuff, because I heard about them parties, y'all. But this is the big case of like sexual assault and rape, and just, oh my goodness, it's just, what happened to normal parties? Like, when did parties become these little orgy raves? Like, when did this happen? Like, why can't people just have a good time? You gotta bring drugs involved, gotta bring just roofing people, bringing in prostitutes, because that's what, I don't know why I said it like that, but bringing in prostitutes, because that's what he did. He brought in men and women escorts for people, and also for his gratitude, for him to watch. It's weird. Like, this man is so weird on every level. Had nobody thought of this? He's so gay. It's crazy to me. And I keep saying this because of all the stuff I hear. Like, nobody thought of this. Like, this, now because of this, you got memes and stuff going back to like all these like videos of him and stuff he's saying about men and stuff he's doing. Y'all remember he was like tippy toes at the basketball court, and he like looked up and like when the man jumped over his head and his nutsack was like on his head, and he like looked up. It's so much that nobody noticed. He's so creepy. He is really creepy. How did he get away with this? Money. That's why. This should not be a thing. I'm ready for them to do a video on Beyonce and Jay-Z, because I keep hearing about them on TikTok. Boy, Jay-Z all over this, and y'all can't tell me nothing. This, like, he's the key to this too. He was also all over like with R. Kelly. It's just, these people run together, man. And he thought he was never going to get touched. That's what's so funny. No matter if it's 10, 20, 30 years, like I said, stuff always comes out. Hugh Hefner died before his time, but people know. It's just disgusting. First of all, why was Playboy even the thing? Y'all never think about that. Like, these women are just subjecting themselves to this, but the fact that that's a thing and people still do Playboy. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to talk about this because I need to know what's going on. Like I said, we got more and more and more to cover. So I'll let you guys go. Stay safe, stay aware, stay alert. Bye.